Assalamu alaikum Gasamians. I'm your presenter Salifu Sonko. Welcome back in another edition of the GASAM WAXTAN. And again, I'm here in Fez to actually discuss a topic of concern for all the Gambians as elections are coming close. Before getting into the discussion, I will introduce the guests I have for today. On my right, I have, yes, madam, how are you?
Thank you so much, Salifu. Thank you for having us. I am Tida from Fez.
Good.
I'm honored to be here.
Good. Thank you so much. So, this is Tida from Fez. The next we have...
Hi everyone, I am Lasana Konateh from Fez.
Thank you. So, we have Mr.
Thank you very much, Salifu Sonko. I am Yahya Ceesay, a second year nursing student from Fez.
Thank you very much. So, we have here Mr.
I am Birom Bah, a recent graduate in Telecommunications and Networks Engineering from the National School of Applied Sciences of Fez.
Thank you very much. So guys, basically today we have people from diverse fields talking about a topic of concern. We are not politicians, basically. We just want to send a message of peace out there to every Gambian. As we are away from home, these elections means a lot to our lives, and we are so concerned about peace in our country. So, Yahya Ceesay, to start with you. The topic today is the need to maintain peace in the upcoming elections. We have seen how elections normally go. The trend they follow are very toxic in Africa, especially when change of government has to take place. Sometimes it's very difficult. Governments really want to change, and then which resort to all sort of violence. To start with, what are some of the things that you would advise to young people out there in the Gambia that the need for them to maintain peace in the upcoming elections?
Yeah, so the need to maintain peace cannot be overemphasized because elections happen every 5 years, and then after that we have to go back to our normal lives. So as youths, we should look up ways to improve ourselves, improve our country, and then peace is one of the ways to do that, because without peace you can't do anything. So I just want to say elections are coming this year, and I've never seen something like this in my life before, because we know we're all young, but then I can only remember one election, that is the 2016 elections.
Yeah.
But then this time around, it's something else. It's crazy. We have a lot of issues. We have people, tribalism. We have issues of good governance, weak policies, and all of that. And then I feel like as youths, because I'm talking to the youths, we're half the population, I can say. So all I wanted to say was the peace should be maintained. Let's go to our elections and then focus on nation building. Yeah, because without peace, we can't build a nation. And that's something that we really need right now.
Focus on nation building. So you've raised a point here that is very important. You've talked about the need for youth to focus on policies. You talk about good policies. You talk about tribalism, politics. We do need to talk about how toxic also the climate is right now. So I will move on to Mr. Lasana Konateh. So Lasana Konateh, what is your observation so far in the preparations towards the upcoming elections in the Gambia?
Well, yeah, all we want to do is to avoid conflict by all means, and most of the conflicts arise from trying to bring in people to your parties. But the thing is we should never bow down to force, because if someone just doesn't have your idea, you cannot just force them. So the only thing you can do is try to explain how your party governs, and if that person is not convinced, there's no way you can do. There's nothing you can do to force them, because as strong as you are, as you believe in your policies and everything and how you govern, that's how they also believe.
And in fact, talking about Lasana, we have people with different policies, different way of thinking, and everybody's entitled to their opinions. As much as we have different political views, but we are supposed to respect each other's opinions. So the question here is that how have you observed so far? Because we have seen new political parties coming into the Gambia. We have seen the UDP launching their 5-point agenda. We have seen political parties launching agendas, manifestos are out. We have seen an increment in the people who want to bid for presidential job. So what is your observation so far?
Yeah, right now there is a lot of chaos there. Political parties being found every day, and it's like the Gambia is becoming we are becoming knowledgeable about politics, and when knowledge is increased in that form, that's when we start to even become that's when chaos even begun to spread more, because the more knowledge you have, the more you realize that there is more to know.
So then, and more you deserve more. Exactly. So I will move on to Mr. Yahya Ceesay before I go to Birom, because Yahya, I want to hear your view about the multi-party system, because we have a multi-party system in the Gambia. It's big. Every day we are having new political parties, as Lasana did mention. So what actually is your view also in the situation? How would you analyze this?
Thank you very much, Mr. Salifu, and assalamu alaikum to the viewers. Well, for the multi-party system in the Gambia, I think it's a good thing, because with multi-party system, we can share our ideas, new invention can come on, and it can lead to the development of a country. Because in that type of system, there are no restriction. Everybody have his or her own point of view and can come up with it, and probably even the followers, or I can say the citizens, can make up their choices and choose the best among those political parties.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like there is freedom of choices. Everybody is actually moved. You are allowed to make choices in between. Lot of options available for you.
Sure.
So but one thing is important to note here, Mr. Birom Bah, is that this is the first time the Gambia is going to have an election in a fairly democratic society, a society where everybody can actually express your view fairly without actually fearing that the president can take me to custody. Like everybody is free. Political parties are increasing. We have about 90 political parties recently. So how would you analyze the situation? Because now we're in a democratic society.
Thank you very much, Salifu, for that wonderful question. I think the past speakers have spoken about the current situation in the Gambia and about the upcoming elections. So coming on to your question regarding the freedom of people, to express their will. I think that's really a good thing. Over the past 5 years, we have seen how Gambians have been able to come forward and express their opinions about the political system that's right now in the Gambia. And with regards to the upcoming elections, we have seen that there are people who are going around that started the campaign long before even it was officially started by the IEC. So we have seen that even the president has already started his campaign, and that people are coming with the political leaders, showing that they are ready to effect changes that are needed in the country.
Yeah.
So what is more important here, I think, is the ideology of the people in order to contribute to the development of their country. Because if they see that somehow there are improvements that need to be made, and they have seen the right people that can effect those changes, so they can decide on to vote for those particular people. So it's not like just voting for a person for any other particular reason. So the only reason for which you can vote for somebody, even you have the freedom of voting, you have to take into consideration whether that person can make the changes that are needed by our country right now, and also make sure that our country, the Gambia, doesn't become other countries that have experienced these civil wars, countries like Ivory Coast, Guinea, so we can learn from them, because we have seen that
Mali.
Even Mali, when it comes to this political crisis, it can lead to loss of lives, loss of resources, and other things.
Exactly, Birom Bah. I would love to ask you this question, because you did mention you have a degree in telecommunication and all, so which has to do with communication. Communication is key as far as elections are concerned. How messages are put forward to party followers. How is Lawyer Dabo communicating? How is Barrow communicating to his people? Communication is key. So what would you have to say about it?
Yeah, that's really a very important thing, because like the world we are living now is a small world. Like exchanging messages, it's just like within seconds we can send messages from one part of the world to another, or from one corner of the globe to another. So even the Gambia, like people abroad, people in the Gambia, they all have, they know exactly what's happening in the country. Whether we are there or we are not there, we know exactly what's happening. And we have the chance to contribute, whether we are in the Gambia or not. Even those in the diaspora, they have the chance to contribute to the political, the political situation that's happening right now. Because even those in the diaspora, they have their choices with regards to the political parties that are there right now. Even though they haven't started their campaign officially, but some people have already decided who they are going to vote for. And we don't even know, most of them, what are their plans, because we are just hearing promises upon promises. But it's very important that the messages that are being transmitted, that we analyze these messages and also try to make decisions, rational decisions from them, and also make sure that whatever is being transmitted is transmitted in a secure way.
Yeah.
Because we cannot
Also,
leave our country's secrets be exposed to the outside world.
Yeah,
Anyhow.
one thing is key, bro. That is as far as messages are going, but the peacefulness, the advocating for peace is what we are standing for here. We want to see this thing happen peacefully. We have seen violences happen. We have seen a lot of things happen. And in fact, America sort of that thing happened there. So it's all based on communication and it's all based on the social media. That too have a very important role to play. I will come back to you. So maybe today I would love to have you take on this. So basically the same question that I've asked Birom.
Yeah, I believe the communication is very important, and also the information that we're sending out to is very important, because most of the chaos that you see and all the misunderstanding, it comes from the political leaders themselves. They come out with controversial topics, with very sensitive topics out to the people there, and then the way people receive those messages too, those are the root causes of all of these problems. So I believe in as much as we want it to be peaceful, let us be truthful too, because it's very important too. Yeah. So in regards to the communication, I think we should work very hard on that. There's a long way to go when it comes to communication in Gambia.
Now on to tribal politics, Lasana Konateh. Tribal politics has played a very, very dangerous politics in our country. It has divided communities. It has actually caused a lot of problems. We all know. So, and we are in election year. The tribal comments are coming from all spectrums, from political leaders all over the country. So, what would be your advice basically on this topic?
Yes, you have to look at your political party, not based on the leader or the tribe of the leader. What you have to look at in your party is the type of governance that they are going, the type of policies that they have. So if you follow those and it's in line with what you believe can put the country to where you want it to be, that's how you follow it. But not because sometimes this tribalism stems from leaders. If they realize that they are from a tribe that is majority, they want to play with that, trick us actually, so that they will have a majority from the people. So let's not allow that to happen. Let's look at our political parties based on how they want to govern the country and based on their policies.
Good point. I'm going to Yahya Ceesay. Still on the topic of tribalism. Gambia, we have lived for centuries with different tribe, and we never have problems of tribalism. I think, if one is to be honest here, this tribalism started recently. Tribal politics actually in the country. One could argue that this has happened, have been existing early on, but I still want to hear your take on this. So, what is your analysis of this? Is this really actually causing Gambia a lot, and if so, why?
Well, thank you very much. The issue of tribalism, since how to call it, in our early days, it has not been happening in the Gambia. It just started recently, as you said. But it's something that we are putting it into ourselves, or we are putting it into the back, into our how to call it, back of our minds. It is something that we the Gambians need to fight for ourselves, because the issue of tribalism, how does it come? It's just like it is from our leaders. I can say they are the one who will start this, and some people, I can say most of them are illiterate, because they are easy to destroy. It is easier to destroy their mind. So that's why the leaders, and I can say probably in the Gambia we have more of illiterates than how to call literates, because some people, not going to school means that you are illiterate. But we can have educated illiterates. I don't know whether you can see that point also.
Educated illiterates also do play a very key role in this.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you can see some people, they will be in school, they will know it, they will know that this thing is not good. But because of their parents or their friends are doing it, they will also act upon it. And that is what is disturbing the Gambia right now. Because the issue of tribalism, we have never known it before in our country. And right now, it is in fact affecting us, and it is affecting our way of politics also. So that's the reason since 2016 up to date, the issue of how to call it, this political issue, it has been a chaos in the country.
Yeah. Thank you very much. A very important point. Political education, bro. Political education is very important. When the aspects about education, that reminds me of political education. Being educated and being politically aware and know how best to move forward a country is two different things. We advocate for peace. As much as we advocate for peace, Tida did mention something that we have to be truthful in our sayings. So this is a problem. Basically, the tribalism issue is a problem seriously affecting our society. What do you think is the way forward? What advice would you give to a political leader, even if Aram Barrow should listen to this audio and he heard you speaking? What message would you say to Aram Barrow, to Loya Osinadawo, to SFR, to all of these political leaders, and we close it with that? What advice would you send to them as far as tribalism is concerned, as far as this politics is concerned, as far as the lives of the Gambians are concerned?
The message of peace I can bring forward here is that let them all try to put the interest of the Gambia first.
Yeah.
So let them put the interest of the Gambia first. If they put the interest of the Gambia first, people will be protected, the country will be protected, and I'm sure the country will be able to move forward.
Message of peace, Lasana, Konateh. What message of peace would you send to these leaders?
Politics is, we try to say sometimes it's a dirty game, but we have to be honest with ourselves as political leaders. And if we have the development of the Gambia in mind, then we have to know that all the citizens of the Gambia are our brothers and sisters, and we have to try and protect them as well, and try our best to send out a peaceful campaign message to everyone.
Yahya Ceesay.
Well, for the leaders, what I want to say is let them put the interest of the country first before any other thing, and let them try and fight the issue of tribalism, which is a very dirty game. And in fact, with tribalism, it can lead to the exactly civil war, and many of other countries also have experienced the same thing. So, and for for the citizens also, let us vote for the best candidate, the one we know that he is capable of doing it, and he is not just looking for his or her interest or the family interest, but for the interest of the country. I can say that.
Thank you very much. So finally, to Tida, what message of peace would you send to all the political leaders across?
I just want to say, these elections that we're in right now, it's a milestone. Let's not go through this election and come out as bad people or people without opinions. Let's go by the policies that are given, the policies of these political parties, but also to the political leaders. I just wanted to say, they're all advocating for peace. They want the best for the country. But also, and as much as you want something like that's going to move your country forward, you also have to protect your own legacy. Because some of them have already done really great jobs, and then let them not use this politics to spoil their names, spoil all the work that they've already done. And then also, I want to say to the voters, after the elections, we're going back as a country. And we have some candidates who are not even living in the Gambia. Some candidates have their business outside of the Gambia. And most of the time, these people use the youth to create chaos, and the youths are going to be the ones to die when those things happen. Because if we have a demonstration here, you're not going to see Lawyer Dabo's son, you're not going to see Adam Barrow's son, you're not going to see SFL's son there. You're just going to see the poor people who are suffering, and although they have good intentions, but also, in as much as you want to fight for someone, fight for yourself first. I'm not going to die for someone who doesn't even care about my life, and then later, I don't even know what to say. I'm getting emotional. But I just want to say, it doesn't make sense to just go and fight for something or fight for a country. You have to fight for yourself first, because you have to come first, and then the country will come later. So let's just do the election peacefully, and then let the best man win. And good luck to everyone.
Thank you very much. Good luck to everyone, and may the best candidates win. So that is all that we have for you in this edition of the GASAM Weekly Wahtan. We will come your way in the next episode, inshallah. Thank you very much. Bye bye from our end.